us this time around, in real time, as it were, or maybe on the back end. I really appreciate you guys even checking out the video if you've never seen me before, especially. And also, nonetheless, same deal if you have. All right, welcome, welcome, and thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, this is a general collective message that we have tonight. Of course, we're going to still be doing the freebies, okay? So please and thank you. Follow those live stream rules as usual, okay? Yeah, I feel like I'm going to get into this. The synchronicities. Music could be definitely something that is speaking to you. This could be part and parcel of some sort of telepathic sitch, okay? And whoever I'm speaking to tonight, okay, there are two prospects, all right, in your energy, in your midst, okay? You could be highly aware of that fact or not, for whomever this may resonate for. Um, Please and thank you, do the work, you guys. You can't just take in much of anything without, excuse me, you can't just safely take in much of anything without utilizing your own intuition. Same deal with tarot, you guys. Same deal with anything, music, etc., right? So, and most of us know the deal, but for some reason I'm talking about it, so there was that. All right. Synchronicities. Crows could be of some significance, all right? And even referable to that gifting, okay, in case you weren't aware of that, for those resonating with the telepathic aspect, um, highly spiritual significance to that, all right? It's not just something that you fall out of bed and receive necessarily, okay? Even, depending on who you are, okay? That's not normal course. But yet I'm speaking to some, a few perhaps, who do have certain abilities that, you literally could talk to a bird. It's, whether it's a crow or not, whether it's a blackbird or raven or not, okay? And so I'm speaking to someone who resonates with having that type of gifting, okay? Because it's a gift. Not everybody can do it, all right? So it makes you special. Maybe you feel like it makes you odd. Maybe you feel like you would never really want to rightfully own up to such a thing, but I'm being guided to express to you, for those that resonate with that aspect of the session so far, that that is a gift, and sometimes you guys, even let's take spiritual gifts off the table, like we could ever, right? Love and light, you guys. um let's say, how do I want to phrase this example? This is me trying to verbally paint a picture, okay? um Something that makes somebody stand out, right? um can I even mention that name? I can't, I'm not going to mention the name. There's a certain actress, right? Grew up on the television and everything. Pretty cool. Like, to this day, I still check in to see what she's doing. She's not really so much on the TV anymore. Like, one of those situations. Love and light Anna, love and light Polo. And long story short, she just naturally was birthed with a larger than average nose, right? And at times, because of this physical aspect, her nose was casted into situations on television specifically. In one scene, she is cast as a child, and she is being seen by a doctor, and she is just hell bent on getting some sort of nose job, etc., right? And clearly too young to even be thinking these things, right? And considering the risks, etc., etc. Not that I'm against plastic surgery or rhinoplasty, as it were. uh, but just the sentiment of the child being cast as a child, literally as a child, all right, and thinking these heavy thoughts, right? Just, it's not good. And I mean, though I was grateful to see it explored on television, just for those literally living through that, etc., it could resonate whether as a child or an adult or not. But you get what I'm saying. So anyhow, so big nose, right? Makes you stand out. Who wants to sign up to have the biggest nose? Anybody want to raise their hand for that? Like, oh, I got the biggest nose. Again, fellas, we're talking noses. You want to sign up to have the biggest nose there, buddy? All right. Not normal course that everybody goes, yeah, I'm going to raise my hand. That's a no-brainer. Of course, I want the most ginormous nose there is that God or the universe could come up with, right? Right. Okay. But to this day, it is something that is part and parcel of her brand, her branding. It does allow for her not only to stick out, but also to be a part and parcel of expression of divinity that allows others to understand that they are not alone here when they too stick out. Not that everybody has giant noses, not that she has a giant nose, just saying, okay? So it's really about how you think about something that will pepper your experience with pleasantries or more illness, right? Like just when you cut it down to the root. Really no getting around that, you guys, okay? So there's some synchronicity about in current energies, whoever I am speaking to, but really I'm literally at this point talking to everyone in the collective, whether you just signed on, right? It doesn't cost any money, you guys, but it does cost a click, all right? To sign on to be part of our high vibe tribe, all right? We don't bite unless it's necessary, you guys. No, let me stop. But anyways, whoever I'm speaking to, you're working through current energies of cynicism, right? It's like on your good days, perhaps you want to call them good days. I want to say we can do better than good, but not that it's something that you should be shame-filled about, but on your good days, you're kind of holding it together by just being a little bit sarcastic, and really that's producing some fruit that really you don't really want to sign up for. If we could really talk about it, if you could step back and see the bigger picture of how your thoughts and your words are creating things for you to see, and then you literally have to go through whatever storm that perhaps they were brewing. And this is definitely inclusive of your love life here, whomever I'm speaking to. And I get it validly. If you walk past memory lane one more freaking time, especially about your love life, it's not very loving, it's not very lasting, and it's very painful. I get that, okay? Spirit saying patience is needed here though, okay? Whoever I'm speaking to, you are trying to essentially fit a square peg into a round hole or vice versa. Either way, this person is the person from the past, okay, that you've already should have been closed the cycle with, okay, because all of this energy and the synchronicity is giving hellfire and brimstone damn near, because this person is keeping secrets and this person is infiltrating your energy. Cleanse that ass if that's you, okay? But literally I'm talking energy cleanse, okay? But also that ass, okay, for those that resonates with, because some of you've been really loyal and really loving to and on this individual, whether guy, girl, what have you, okay? And this person, on top of it all, after really kind of showing you exactly what you don't want in life, let alone love, all right, after giving you this whatever the deception and trickery vibes, events, and dare I say manifestations, because this person, I mean, how are you going to have secrets, right, but not actively be manifesting deception for collective member? It's like, duh, okay, when you kind of scale it down. And I feel like we're talking about this because somebody is still in the collective going, yeah, but just trying this holding on energy, almost like somebody is being pulled on their energy and they know it, right? And they know exactly the source, and they know the source isn't good, but yet there's this ego hit or this spiritual dopamine type of really deceitful kind of energy, all right? Because if you find, let's say, a narcissist pulling on your energy, if you find somebody who has betrayed you, right, taken your money, your time, has lied to you, etc., etc., I mean, really, how do you swing that back around to go, oh my gosh, they love me though, it's hot. Like, I love every bit of this and it feels great. No, that's the deception, okay? On top of it, this person has a habit of ghosting you. Like, oh, I'll get to you when I get to you. I will spin the block when I want to. I will not respond unless I want something out of you, and even then I'm not going to respond. I'm just going to make my request. I'm just going to steamroll over you, right? And so when you look back towards memory lane, okay, you're doing one of two things, which both need to be talked about, okay? You are accidentally on purpose longing for this person because you are still trying to fit the freaking square peg into the round hole or vice versa, holding on, Okay. Or you're being cynical, going, well, this is, all I'll ever know. What's the point in knowing one more asshole? Because I'm already, dealing with this one or these, right? And it's like, okay, now which picture are we painting, and is it pretty? Question mark, collective, right? Patience is needed, all right? Now, in the meantime, all right, whoever I'm speaking to, definitely need to cleanse your energy, because I get with this gossip energy that there are definitely more than the individuals that I'm speaking of. Still general collective message, that's why the plural, um, that I'm speaking of, on the other side of here. There are more, okay? Because they're either talking with other people, or other people are just talking. Love and light, Fiona. Or etc., right? General collective, okay? And it's part and parcel of really what I keep wanting to refer to as the storm energy, the tower energy. Now here's the sitch: just because you see the tower card doesn't matter, the deck doesn't mean it's always the equivalent to hitting the brick wall, having the ultimate slap in the face experience. This could also be, all right, even in the midst of the storm, right, telling of how you are at this crossroads, telling of how you are, climbing out of that crab bucket, that crab barrel, really talking about that mentality, all right, the mental space leading into the heart space and vice versa, okay, coming out of this deceptive energy as you intend to. And again, going back to what we started the session, at the beginning, talking about, it's the choice in the matter of what perception. So it's, you have the choice, but you also can choose which perception that you are making choices with, even when doing nothing beyond that of existing. What I mean by that is, all right, everybody talking about, you did this, that, and the third, right? And you have the choice to take that information and process it as, oh my God, the whole entire world and all aspects of divinity have betrayed me, have forsaken me. I am alone, right? And I mean, if you really want to rock with that kind of mentality long enough, you're going to believe it. All right, to the point where you are part and parcel of the team of enchantresses that are deceiving yourselves. Okay? Nobody wants that. You have free will to do it, though. Just saying, okay? And this is why we talk about it, because many of you, okay, whether you're here about a love situation or not, that can resonate with being talked about, all right? This is really that real witchcraft out there, okay? Well, so and so did this and said this and bought this and turned around and blah, 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 they took this and they, um, etc., right? You get it. One second here. Oh, yeah. So people, Spirit wants to expound upon this energy of the gossipers, okay? Multiple, plural, and again, general collective message here. Um, bitter Bettys and uncaring Karens, right? Etc. All right. They're lonely. They don't enjoy aspects of their life, so they would find a more pleasant time. Quite unfortunately for them, though, not you. To be clear, not you. Okay, those resonating. Quite unfortunate for them. They're getting their dopamine, as it were, by trying to trigger, by trying to slander, etc., etc. And so that is the um, aspect of that gossip energy, whether guy, girl, what have you. And this could be multiple, and this could be, irregardless of the sex, who cares, right? Irregardless of the people, who cares, okay? Because these two Eye of the Storm cards, all right, really are speaking to my soul about how you are protected anyhow, how you are successful anyhow. And this is at love, yes, but also life, just in general. This is at existence, okay? And not existence in the sense of like, yep, but hey, did you die? No, you didn't. So yeah, you win. That too, but like in the sense of like, you success, you just are. Like you already got that bag. If you don't claim and own up to that now, man, I don't know why you're stalling the process, because it already happened. And unless and until you get yourself to the point where inside of you, in your core of your soul, you know that, you're kind of slowing up the whole shebang. And nobody really wants that for you. You have free will to do it. You should not. You should believe and receive. Okay, I don't know how to make it any more plainer than that. Love and light, Abigail. So, again, this person from the past, ill, stinko, stunk. This ain't even a good kind of funk, okay? This person could actually have a smell to them. This could be alcoholism comes to mind, and worse things even. So, yeah, cleanse. All right, this person, for some of you by now, I have to say it this way because general collective and energy is fluid, right? But for some of you by now, this person from the past, okay, looking to come in, looking to grip on your energy. Some of you are starting to get the ick. Now, I know I talked about a few moments ago, some of you still trying to get over the hurdle to get the hick, to get the, maybe somebody gave you a hickey of some significance, just saying you're trying to still actively get over the hurdle onto the ick factor. You'll be there maybe by the end of this message, okay? Because we got somebody else to talk about, and they're not trying to ghost your ass, all right? And whoever I'm speaking to, or if this is you, receive it, okay? You have been looking for confirmation that you most assuredly already have your new home, and here it is, okay? So whoever is connecting to this particular session, all right, this could be a rental property. It doesn't have to be something that you're buying outright. This could be a house. This could be a new location, a room, a space, okay, a studio, apartment. Take it however it resonates, all right? But congratulations. I need you to know that specifically landed out of the deck onto the Magician card energy as well. And long story short, irregardless of whether or not you are here for a new home or this connection, and dare I say new connection, because we didn't really get to that factor yet, all right? But again, confirmation. Yes, you're getting the new connection as well as this new home for those that it may resonate. No, there will be no secrets about it, okay? Now, that's not to say you won't be safe, and that's not to say you won't be private, of course, right? And so some of you, this could be connected to work, with this Eight of Pentacles. But irregardless, Spirit, your spiritual guidance team, are here essentially saying continue to do the work, all right? You are believing, and so heads up, you are receiving. Okay. And you know what I love about that word receiving that's coming through the channeling? It's letting me know that it is damn sure. Like, it's like, ooh, woo woo, you got your new house, you got your new blah, blah, blah. Right. But it's still giving and, because ain't no way Spirit's just going to be like, and here is exactly just what you asked for, nothing more. Like, ain't no way. You are on the great side of karma in new earth energy. You got this. Okay. Now, what else you could get, though, Spirit saying, is some exercise. I'm not coming for you. Don't come for me. Me too, girl. Okay, I get it. All right. Stretch it out, though. There's a lot of ascension symptoms going on within the community. Okay, I'm not word cursing, but I'm taking notes. From what I've been seeing in those spiritual streets, and some of us have been gathering to talk and share and take notes as well. So there is that. One moment here. My bad, but y'all know sometimes when I be proof, whew, I just get the sneezes. All right, so anywho, going back to the ascension symptoms. All right, talk about synchronicities. Okay, head, neck, and shoulder pain, extreme disturbances with referable are part and parcel of what I've seen spoken about in aspects of the community. Um, and I don't want to go into it any like with any more depth because it is also my understanding that a lot of people out there doing a bunch of fuck shit and bippity boppity think that the stuff is working even though it's not, right? So just like we don't like to harbor spiritual psychosis, right, and foster that, we're not going to do that even for the karmics, because why waste energy? You know what I mean? I didn't even say time, I just said energy, and y'all know energy is everything. Makes sense? Okay, so continue on the path, you guys, but get some exercise because it makes sense to just balance out all the chakras. All right, stretch, somatic stretches. You guys, stretching is just as important as, you know, doing the crunches. Just saying. I mean, how could you, and it's so funny because even at the gym, like I'll tell the guys, I'm like, listen, because they're like, oh, you know, I don't really have the cardio, but they're like, they have the strength. And I'm like, yeah, but how about the flexibility? Like, ain't no way you're just gonna be like crunching up, like crunching, bunching muscle and stacking it, and then expected like actually have no need to lengthen. The best way to strengthen is to lengthen first, if that makes sense, right? So just saying, you guys do what you can to make yourself feel better. And the first thing you're going to have to do in order to do that every time is check in. And I really need you to realize that because often it is something that you have to request of yourself and train yourself to make said request, because otherwise the world is not going to give you that reminder, right? That's why they got phone apps and things like that, timers, etc., just to help you manage your day. And you guys need to manage aspects of your day referable to utilizing your energy and repairing your energy, dare I say, in some of these manners as well. So, friendly reminder, I know it's not Self Care Sunday, but and some of you need to admit your feelings to yourself, okay? In general, right? Again, going back to the cynicism, it's like, okay, which is it? Are you moving on to bigger, better things, or is it literally thank you next, right? Ariana might be somebody's name of some significance, and or the singer. Again, music is highly significant. Maybe Ariana Grande is someone that you always sing for karaoke or always sing to cry with, kind of thing, right? No Tino Shade, Ariana. Just we've all been there, sisters. Okay, okay. But anyways, um, but over this individual from the past, um, as well as the subject matter of love at this point could just be quite tumultuous is the word coming through the channeling, you know, even when you are working with someone and like intending not to overgive and intending to receive reciprocity, it's really giving, boy, it's a risky, it's not feeling grounded. You know, it's almost like the Seven of Wands energy, which we know Seven of Wands is talking about treachery, deceit, excuse me, deception, thievery, theft, right? Long story short, babe, you, like everyone else, whoever's resonating with this, are on a journey, right? To learn and grow your soul. Makes sense? And so the baddie that you are doing this. That's why we got like, okay, the Four of Pentacles is one thing, right? It's giving, wow, it's a standard Wednesday vibe, okay, not even like a great hump day. But yet when you continue on the path, all right, Eight of Pentacles, okay, still feeling a little risky, ungrounded, turns into you learning and growing your soul to the point where you're like, oh, I get the lesson now and I know how to work it, right? Exactly, which leads you to be a better version of yourself than days before. A less anxious, more courageous, more confident version, dare I say. An assertive version of yourself. And as you should, because everybody deserves and has the right to have boundaries, not in the sense of bitterness or you are so fear filled from, you know, moon cycles past, whatever all happened there, that, you know, you have this overprotective mechanism about you because of that. No, this is literally you just mastering what all you came here to learn. And maybe some of you do read cards, maybe some of you are, you know, a little witchy woo woo, as they say, okay? um but you are closing out a cycle here, all right? And as you do this work, as you continue to learn and own up to your spiritual badassery, right? In comes an offer, all right? And so this is going to be an offer that is going to kind of squelch out any kind of past ick about love. Can't say it's gonna squelch out ick about the person. I don't feel it should. Is the person still happen to be on the radar though? Like, do we have to actually check for the ick? Because I feel like ick should be in the past so far that it doesn't really exist anymore. Just saying, because this new lover gonna come in and just pull you out of whatever kind of fuckery you've ever known. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see your mind, whether guy, girl, what have you. You know what I mean? I feel like you're, as I say that, the freaking Nine of Cups literally talking about wish fulfillment. Somebody could have pink hair, pink wigs, like pink, okay? But you're being asked to call judgment, all right, on this mofo. Billie Eilish could be of some significance, doesn't have to be the case. Whether guy, girl, what have you, in the past, all right? It's time for you to just really let the ghost be in the past. You know what I'm saying? This person wants to play games and act like, you only have significance in certain aspects of existence, in certain aspects of timelines. Fuck that shit. Okay, that's old earth. That's in the past. And again, it can be so far back there, baby, that it doesn't exist anymore because you don't have the past anymore. Make sense? It's okay to say that, you guys. It's okay to realize that, because how many times have you had flashbacks, perhaps, right? It's like, oh my gosh, that happened. Or how many times have somebody actually gossiped, to the point where you heard about some things that happened in your past in the literal sense. And because ain't no way you got to wake up tomorrow and relive that shit like it's Groundhog Day, unless you tell yourself, I consent. I consent mentally to the fuck shit. I consent to make the choice to look back there, even though there's nothing more to learn, even though you already know what happened, right? Reflection is one thing, you guys. I'm not saying never look back and reflect. I mean, you should definitely in balance do that. And I say in balance because how are you just going to always be going forward if you can't drive that way? How would you walk that way, even especially spiritually? Makes sense, right? That'd be like trying to literally pull the wool over your eyes and expect you to know every detail about any environment that you may find yourself in underneath that wool, etc. Right? Any connection, same deal. Okay, but this person, long story short, for many of you, I don't want to word curse and say every single person, but man, my nose is doing that thing and I might have to sneeze, and oh my goodness. There could be some significance to DRUGS and ABUSE, let's call it what it is, of different varieties here. Okay, and this person from the past is just not going to give you anything that you want at your table. They're not going to be able to balance you out. If anything, they would just continue with the same old, same old. It's kind of sad. This person's kind of giving like fried energy. Like it's like, you broke, huh? Like you broken. Like, not to be rude, it's not a contest, but like some people can go too far with the karmic lessons, and it's almost like you ever see those people, you go, oh, so you waiting for the next incarnation to figure this out, apparently, because right. Is that it? Like, and it's a choice, you guys. We have choices all the time. That's why we talk about this. But this other person coming through what they come through, they are not fucking around. They are not fucking around. Like, literally, they're not going to fuck around. And they're also not going to play with you. And they're also not going to play about you. And they're also going to be clear in their communication. And they are also going to expect that everyone in the connection, which would be literally just you and them, okay, is happy. All right. I think that they see that you might be feeling a little bit low in the happy meter, especially referable to feeling like you truly have been on the receiving end of like, yes, romance, and yes, romantic love, but like love. You ever know somebody, it's like, damn, you ain't been loved right one day in your life, huh? Not even your mama loved your ass. Like, damn. Like, and so, this person literally doesn't think that shit would be, like, this person, this reminds me of, like, did you ever see those ads for, like, those trauma tests? I should have spelled it. Um, It'll be like, my boyfriend's face when he saw my test score for the, right, and it's like CPTSD or some shit, right? And it's just like, that person would give that kind of energy, like, damn. Or, like, this is also kind of like the energy when they do those videos. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but they do those videos where it's like, the dad will be standing there with his kid or children, and it's like, take a step forward if your dad blah blah blah, and all of his kids take steps forward and leave him behind because he didn't have a dad, he didn't know his dad wasn't shit, like, fill in the scenario there. And the look on the children's faces, so almost like a bleeding heart, but not in the sense of like, oh, you're just a little dumb, aren't you? But like, no, like, damn, like, maybe this person really knows what it's like to be, not that this person is going to be like trauma bonded with you, but like this person is maybe going to have been through similar lifestyles, similar aspects of storms, similar aspects of being enchanted, deceived, all right? Similar aspects of having to learn to be assertive for self. And they're just, yeah, chills on that. Somebody could be left-handed as well. But the left hand is also the receptive hand, the receiver. That's beautiful energy, because they really just want to love you and next level you and grow you. Like, they're not really trying to fuck you over or fuck you up. And for what I'm seeing, you're not really going to have any problems. I think whatever knowledge they can share with you, they do. And you, being the alchemist that you are, which is why we already had the magician energy come out. Duh. Right? I think this is giving power couple vibes. I don't know that I want to call this twin flame, but you know what, you guys? I was guided to my song on Spotify, Put It in the Bag. But it's also on YouTube for those that maybe don't have a Spotify account. Look it up, you guys. It's definitely in the description box, so there's that. But honestly, this could be, either twin flame or high level soulmate. Take what fits and sits for you right there. But man, this is beautiful energy. I mean, you're just gonna be, see, because no more of this, babe. You gotta, no more of this. Cut this, literally. Get into your full energy. Whoever needs to still get over the hurdle or hump over this past, okay? Whoever didn't get the ick yet to the fullest degree, okay? Get into your full card energy, that risky behavior energy. You know it well anyway, right? Right. But instead, take control of it and cut the fool off. You know what I'm saying? Let the fool just, bygones be bygones. No thank you next. No bye, see you later. Just nothing. Just move the fuck on. Okay? Alright, so thank you guys for sticking through that. Hold on one second. I'm like, my hand is right there. Okay, here we go. Alright, you guys, ringing the bell. We got a new bell. Alright, so it sounds a little different. I liked it because it wasn't super clangy, so I only had a few to select from, so. Because the other one just broke, so. Oh well. Old things. Out with the old, in with the new, right, guys? It's a synchronicity. That's the way I look at it. Ooh, pomegranate blueberry tea. You guys, don't use your tea bags. I don't know if we talked about that. Do not use the tea bags, please and thank you. Find a way to steep it in metal, please. Or boil it and strain it, something. Oh, thank you, Fiona, for the But that sounds really good. Pomegranate, blueberry. I've been really thinking about maybe I was going to start adding blueberry into some of my breakfast in the morning, but I don't know. I don't know, because I started back with some of the apple cayenne juice, and I'm like, I don't know, because I just don't want to get where I was with the sugar. And I know it's not the same kind of sugar, but at the same time, the body don't lie. You just gotta keep it in check. And everybody's body is different. It's kind of neat. Like even in like same families, people have different skin tones, right? And still just the same biologically connected, and different types of hair. Like I was thinking, um gosh, I don't really know anyone that had, I don't even know what the hell curl pattern this is, um because it's just all different. It just doesn't seem to be the same pattern, and it's always been like that, except for it used to be a lot more frizzier before I started using pattern products. So thank you, Ms. Ross, just saying. Okay. But and like my daughter's hair is nothing like mine, so I don't know, it's just neat how that can be the case. And I think that, of course, that's obviously to some degree a design, right? We are made that way by design, because why should we hate first and love last, right? Why should we um treat each others as outside of each other, right, first, when we are all connected? So it makes sense. That's pretty neat. I want to talk about sometimes, I think. You wanted to eat the leaves? Maybe juice them. Why not, Fiona? I would. Shalom, Taha. But okay, let me see here. Let me see here, Abigail. Okay, let me see. We'll wax them. Okay, let's see here. Yes, and all's well that ends well. No worries, right? Here's the sitch, though, Abigail. If you want to delay this coming in, what you would do is continue to worry, be upset about, and overthink about this, okay? And I'm not trying to be mean to you. I want you to get this faster, right? And so the cheat code, Abigail, or anyone who can make sense of this for themselves and their path and their connection or their whatever you're looking for, right, is to just accept that this is the yes, okay? That all is well, and just be grateful. And I know it's like easier said than done, but the easier this becomes for you, because this isn't going to be the only time that you're going to be met with the chance to do this until you learn the lesson, if that makes sense. Same deal for all of us, okay? And I don't mean by lesson, I don't mean simply just about you and Waxum. I mean about anything that you're looking to create in your life and to receive in your life and to experience, of course, including love, right? Is just really just to be grateful that basically, because it exists for you. That basically, because you have received your yes, and this literally is the card that came out of the deck indicating wish fulfillment. So this is literally a yes for you. And at the bottom of the deck, this is talking about relationship vibes. This is talking about house, maybe even sharing the same roof, if that's not already a thing. This could be talking about a very high level soul type of contracted type of connection. Okay. What you don't want to do is hold your breath, wait for this person to come in, is count the hours, the minutes, the days, is obsess, because then you're going to wait, honey. And I don't, who wants to wait? You should just be enjoying life, right? And exactly, you should be enjoying life, and you should know that you're capable of doing that before this person comes in to be enjoying life with you. Because otherwise, you might get confused and think, I need this person to enjoy life. That's not the case. You also have your life to live, regardless of this connection, okay? So you guys, if you find that you are outside of balance, okay, you gotta be honest about that and fix it, because you can, and because you should, because to not really offering up a consent to some sort of dis-ease, dare I say disease, and at least some form of imbalance, it's not going to bode you well. You could have a better time than, imagine if, when you go to the grocery store, right? And you get one of those carts and it's got that wonky wheel. Makes you push all the more, right? And you're already like, oh, my back, right? Like, I gotta push. What would you do if all of a sudden, something, your intuition says, look over there. There's another cart, another buggy, some might call it, right? And it's got smooth wheels. Well, how dare you say, nah, I'll be fine, and then complain because everybody's looking at you in the store, because you got to push all the more harder, you're more tired. It's harder of a process now to, lift the groceries and blah, 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 blah. But yet a lot of people do that with their words and thoughts, with their mentality, with the way that they don't think sometimes. They don't make the choice to check in sometimes. And that's why we talk about this all the time on the channel, you guys. For anyone wondering, I'm not calling anyone out. It's just really important to make sure that it is steeped into your lifestyle, all right? And really by it, I mean this preventative maintenance. So you're not just walking around feeling ungrounded all the time. I mean, it happens often enough, right? Right. You don't want the cart, again, with the wonky wheel, right? Not in the literal sense, but also in the literal sense, most likely, right? If I do say so myself, I don't want the wonky wheel cart if I can help it. Alright, you guys. You're very welcome, babe. Alright. So let's see. Okay, anybody else following the live stream rules with a question? If not, we're gonna go right back into the message. Okay, just make sure I've talked about everything and did not. Okay. So for those looking to get over the hump here still, okay, you didn't get to the ick factor, right? 2 questions for you. What would feel best to fully accept the situation in its current energy in the moment? Okay. And by situation, some of you, it's that this person already ghosted. You're still not over them. You still wonder, you still obsess, you still think, right? In spite of them really treating you like crap, if you're being honest, just saying, okay, right? Because here's the sitch. Just because you've been treated like crap in the sense of your love life, and that's all you've ever known, should you stop there? Should you settle there? Should you accept that? And please know, you've got the choice. You've got the free will to stop there, as it were. Is it advisable? Hell no. Do you deserve so much better? Of course you do. You always have. It's just you were learning the lesson, and sometimes it's a bit of a process. Okay? Another question. How can you show up for yourself when no one else is? Maybe because no one else can, and also maybe because no one else should. And the reason why I say that is, you guys, come on now. What would be the point of being alive if you had to wait for everyone else or someone else or something else to live it for you to then regurgitate it back to you? You know what I mean? What would you, what? Is that necessary? Like, couldn't you just almost, it's kind of given, well, we should just cut the middleman out and you could just not live, but still someone else can live your life. Gosh, don't we talk about people trying that shit in the spiritual streets all the time, right? Destiny swapping comes to mind, right? So how can you show up for you? See, it's really important to have that knowledge, because if not, you might be one of the ones going, gosh, hope somebody shows up for me soon so I can breathe. Hope somebody shows up for me soon so I can chew my food. Hope somebody comes and helps me so I can fart. You know, and it's like, hold on now, because you got you to function. You've got your own path. You've got your own life. Okay, in spite of being inside of a family dynamic, in spite of being inside of an organizational structure of some sorts, right? In spite of being responsible for others, you still have your own path. And that's why it's very important to, especially since you've got a path now we've just identified, have your own connection with source, with God, goddess, the universe, as it were, however you subscribe here. Because if not, then what? You've got to let somebody else regurgitate their understanding of the process, their understanding of their connection for you. Is that safe? Not always. Could be. All right. I like to believe you found this channel. It wasn't just for no reason at all. Okay. Right? Just saying. But test the spirit. Okay. Inclusive of this channel. Always. And anyone that can't request that to you, especially in the spiritual community, red flag alert. Literally red flag alert. You know what I'm saying? That is something that is part and parcel of your lifestyle. Checking in with your intuition. Checking in with your own spiritual connection abilities. And I'm not saying they're all the same. I mean, I just spoke about a few moments ago, some people talking to birds. Not every one of us is talking to birds. I get that. Not every one of us can, perhaps. Just saying. Okay. It's okay, right? But what's not okay, you guys, is to sit there going, I know I've got these ways about me, and I know I could think for myself, and then you just don't. That would be, what are you talking about right now? Like, that's, nobody ever said that would, huh? And you found this channel? No, let me stop. But seriously, you guys, all right? It's very serious because, again, people are intending to, keyword, I did not say successfully, but intending to destiny swap. You know what that means? Well, it means that there's a potentiality, because again, if you do consent or fall prey to fear, aka consent, at their mere projection or keyword trying this type of shit, it could be the case that people have got cars and you don't, and people have love and the love of their life, and you are still calling yours in. I'm not going to word curse and say you don't, okay? Just saying. It's happened before. Remember old earth energy? It's energy, okay? It's not hopping rocks. All right? It's happened before. Does it have to happen again? No. All right? It starts with you making the choice. You really want to make the choice, because as you do, your whole life changes. Why? You and this person co-cultivate a path. For those resonating with the love aspect of this is coming through the channeling together, where you both don't live the way that you knew. I mean, this high priestess energy, you know, came out on the other side of meeting up with this connection, and that you are very much actively in your alchemical ways calling in. All right. High priestess energy talks about, like, you want to talk about spiritual badassery, that's top tier. 7 could be a number of some significance. One of those sevens alone talks about rewards incoming for closing out cycles. All right, chills on that. And what did we just talk about you are expected to do and or actively doing? I'd really like to highlight collective, right? You're actively closing out the cycle. Just like a spiritual baddie, high priestess, whether guy, girl, what have you. Okay? Not going back for the fuck shit, not settling for crumbs, not settling for insecurity. What I mean by that is this connection, this tumultuous, stank, nasty connection, where you had been lied, deceived. You know, maybe you do have a child with this person or children. Maybe children are affected by this connection as it stands, or as it used to, or as it could. All right. And I get that. But again, with this admit your feelings, you can't stay in a war zone and delusion yourself into believing that it's love. That's why you already know, as I'm saying this message to you, that this shit is straight facts. Because you can't any longer ignore not only the red flags, but your intuition. Not only the red flags and your intuition, but your spiritual guidance. And then some, I'm hearing to say, connecting to the body, marks and things. Maybe somebody's name is Mark. And this person is old enough to know better. And you know what this person knew before you? Your worth. You damn sure could have a kid with this person, because the Empress is often depicted in the traditional Rider-Waite deck and like decks as impregnated or with child. And see, now on the other side of this lesson, you stand however you stand, right? Maybe somebody is in a bit of a mobility situation. Not common for anybody, but wheelchair comes to mind for this as well. But spiritually, regardless, you stand as all the more better. You know how you could tell somebody wasn't for you, or somebody was holding you back, or somebody was evil eyeing you, or somebody was being in deceptive energy, right? Is when you leave them, you do better. When you leave them, you look better. When you leave them, or let's keep it real. When they leave you, right? Doesn't have when they are removed from your presence, because a lot of times spiritual guidance don't play about you before you got to the point where you played catch up with the self-worth thing, and then also no longer played about you. So sometimes, a lot of times, we do get this ghosting action. It's like, oh boy ain't good enough. Oh boy ain't good. I told you, oh boy ain't good enough. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go. And then next thing you know, it's like some event happens, maybe even inexplicable, and there's no longer access. And if you're being honest, it wasn't because you walked away, right? But irregardless, okay? Rejection, ghosting, walking away, all protective measures, all right? Access denied, same deal. Or whether on the part of you enacting that out in the past with this past person, or your spiritual guidance, okay? Because some of y'all got goons on your guidance team, and you already know that, okay? But this person just ain't it. Close the cycle, all right? So that you don't get rocked to sleep again, right? This person could have a way about their tongue skills, that too, but also the way they speak could be quite charming. They could know how to press those buttons, okay, and other things. You know what I'm saying? When they do that, and though, because is it worth? Right? And you really have to ask yourself, like, okay, here's a stitch though, since that's great, or I can find these things that maybe validly really are great, like even if you write them down on paper in black and white, it's like, no, that's great, those are great characteristics, right? But here's the stitch, going back to not ignoring the red flags, okay, going back to utilizing your intuition. Ain't no way your higher self comes through talking about, I would like these things in a person. And so I am grateful that my lover treats me these ways. And but if the person that you've known that is quote unquote the love of your life and so amazing and has all these valid, great things about them was enough. Make sense? Because which is it? And that's this energy that it almost seems like I'm fighting. Which is it, bitch? Like, which is it? Is it the ick or not? Because if it's not, why? Because how did you get here? Which one? What? So don't be fighting yourself and your manifestations, okay? Because spirit, your guidance team, is coming through with the come through saying, listen, don't you want to heal? Right? You better utilize that strength and get to the nitty gritty of whatever is going on in there inside of that internal turmoil, because this freaking Seven of Swords energy, it's giving, and we talked about a few moments ago that is treachery, thievery, deceptive energy. All right, spirit just keeps, okay, 3 times this card was removed from the table. I kept putting it back. Get some fucking exercise, okay? Not coming for you. But you guys, when you start moving the juices, okay, you can think better, you can feel better, you can keep them boundaries better. Some of you, strengthen your physical aspect so that you can strengthen your emotional and spiritual aspects of self. It's all interconnected. How could it not be? Okay? So let me see what else came out for you as far as healing, right? You're being guided to start really getting regimented, disciplined, I want to say. I heard regimented, but I want to say disciplined. Um, about going through the process of choosing choices. First of all, some of you need to actually start making choices to choose, right? We're all somewhere different parts on the path, right? It's not a contest. I'm just addressing all of us connected to this aspect of the reading, okay? And here's the sage. Some of you need to be balanced even in the positive side of things. How positive, excuse me, yeah. How positive is something if it's outside of balance? Make sense? Okay, so um, an example of positive, or excuse me, toxic positivity could be, let's say somebody thought it well enough to jump off of something. I'm not even going to suggest anything. Nobody make jumps. Nobody make moves about this. It's just a verbal exercise, okay? And let's say that, in normal course and logically, right, with the gravitational pull, etc., it is going to be a risky move, a risky action to jump off of whatever the heck it is, right? And so normally this would be something to avoid, to, really just prevent from happening. Uh, Toxic positivity could enter, right? Almost like this is like the what anti-intrusive thought, um, but uh, and you could say, well, you know what? I can jump off of this, and the universe, God, Goddess, will save me. You have the choice to choose that experience, and you're going to learn from it, right? That, certain things aren't necessary, like being outside of the realm of balance, even when intending to be positive. Makes sense? So it's not a lesson of, hey, you're to never have, it's not a lesson of, hey, you're supposed to have fear, right? But it's a lesson of, again, balance, being grounded, okay, even inside of the intention of being positive. Makes sense? All right. And I feel like we're talking about that because whoever I'm speaking to is quite, again, I cannot, it's like, some of you are working to get away from the cynical energy, and spirit saying, when you do this, don't overshoot it to the point where you're like Little Miss Polly Pocket. I just always have great dates, and I just always smile. I just never have any bad emotions, right? And it's like, well, hold on, because that wouldn't be authentic. Like, and first of all, how do you know? You'd have to experience it first. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also, what is a bad emotion? I mean, sometimes anger is necessary. I mean, even for those religious folks out there, right? I mean, anger is holy. And, if you want to really break it down, if all powers belong to God, as it were, how could not all two emotions? And also, uh, God has been, on several accounts, angry. Makes sense? Right? So let's not go there and be all like psycho about it. Like, they're just never gonna have feelings. They're just gonna, right? Like, if we could do that safely, we all would have been there by now, I'm pretty sure, right? Just saying, okay? But long story short, some of you need to work on, am I fearing? Am I fearing change? Am I not getting the ick all the way like I should because I'm fearing that, I'm hearing there could be some significance to the name Reginald. Reginald? I heard the name Reginald. Um, some of you, you're fearing that you're going to leave this person and they're going to get with somebody that you already know them to have been with, or just somebody else. And it's like, why? Well, I can tell you at least a little bit of why, all right, is because at your core, all right, take all the other stuff away, the history, blah, 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 you are in fear mode. And when you are in fear mode, you are in lack mentality. So you're telling the universe, there's no one else for me. There's no other better. Even though you could literally be praying, dear God, Please and thank you. I would like to have. Even when you are saying I would like to have, even inside of prayer, you are in lack mentality. I don't have this. Please give it to me. The best way to pray about anything or anyone is out of gratitude and affirmation. I am grateful, God, that my son is blessed. I am so grateful that my heart is beating and blessed. I am so grateful for the strength, right? Gone are the days where you should pray, God, please, I need the strength. I need it. I have not strength. Universe, universe, I don't have. Even when you're asking for assistance, please, I need help. Is that sounding like you're on top and grateful for the assistance already being afforded to you before you could even think to try to ask? Question mark. Make it make sense. Just saying. All right. And you guys, getting exercise. I'm still getting back. Somebody really needs to start stretching the capillaries. No, let me stop. But really, you guys, stretch. Maybe I'm speaking to somebody in a wheelchair and they really need to stretch. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, get it. You're not sprinting a marathon necessarily tomorrow. You could, though. And so you should stretch. See how that works, you guys? The power of belief. Okay? You guys all have it because you really, literally, right? You technically shouldn't be here to even receive this message. People have tried to make sure that you weren't. Many of you fought yourselves in the sense of wondering, should you still be here? I'm speaking in code, but you guys get this, all right? So now that you've identified the strength that you already carry, of course you do. You carry divinity, right? Now that you're getting this, live like it. Pray like it. Fear not like it, okay? Someone here needs a reminder, you're not to be shame-filled about existing. You're not to be shame-filled for believing that you are worthy of love when you already are. Okay? I'm sorry that people can be horrible. Demons can be dark, right? Etc. Narcissists come to mind, right? And they try it. But at the same time, right? The prize is you now understand, yes, the hell I am worthy. Of course I am lovable. Of course I am worthy. Connecting back to divinity. Right? Right. All right, so please continue on the path, you guys, whether you resonated with the love aspect, right? About tonight or not, please do the work to retrain your brain out of this negative Nelson, negative Nelly section of the stinking thinking parameters, okay? Which I really just at this point anymore want to call old earth type of programming, okay? And, you know, get consistent about your thoughts and actions. Get consistent about your boundaries with self and others, all right? Get consistent about, you know, your affirmations. Which one is it, right? Which one is it? It's giving this energy again. Don't be double-minded, okay? If and when you find yourselves being just that, double-minded, don't instill shame. It doesn't help. Just correct and make the change. Make the change. Correct in love and make the change. Just and again. And again. Just try. And again. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's simple, right? Not always easy. And not necessarily a one and done. Not necessarily just gotta do it once to learn the lesson. Take it from somebody who knows, okay? This is why you don't see me on a soapbox. I do not have a microphone, and I am not preaching to y'all, okay? We are all in this together. Just that we're on different aspects of the path and of the journey at times, okay? Makes sense to me. Hopefully that's making sense to you guys. But really, Divine want you to accept that this connection should be no more so that you enter into your soft era with this freedom. But you do have the choice, okay? But really, Spirit saying, please choose the serenity path. All right, somebody's name here could be Serenity. Please choose the brighter path, okay? Please hold on to your peace. I almost want to say as you wait, but friendly reminder, you're not waiting. You are experiencing life. Even for those that are waiting to feel evidence and to tangibly touch evidence that they have a partner, all right, you are to be enjoying your love life already. And for those laughing in the back, perhaps, right? Oh, how could I have a love life? How do you not have a love life? You have you connect back to love, you are love, checks out, You've got your own vessel, you've got your own personality, you've got your own abilities, okay? How would you not have a love life? And the moment that you start pouring into whatever void you are experiencing or perceiving your love life to be, that's when this person can come in. That's when this offer can come in. That's when action takes place on the other side of yours, okay? You are light, and everything turns to light for you. Or not. Power of positive thinking. Which is it? The power of belief. What are you believing? The Spirit saying, have the courage, and I want to say it this way, to continue to believe, okay? Because again, let's not throw the magician energy out of the window when it was so prominent at the beginning, okay? This is overarching energy for tonight's session. And, your spiritual guidance team wants you to know that they do see that. They just want to keep you encouraged so that you do not fall prey to the fuck shit and slip back into some other, mind fuck cycle with this mofo that's really just going to produce fruit that looks like this for you. And none of it is looking fun, happy. This isn't even like a Christian Grey type of vibes, even with the amount of pain that could ensue from the environment. Just saying, okay? Nothing's fun about this. Nothing to really glorify about here, okay? You want that? Because no, you don't. All right? Do you deserve that? Are you worthy of that? Hell no. Okay? So don't live like it and don't love like it. Make sense? Don't love yourself like it. Love yourself so much, you guys, that really anyone else that gets to love on you is really experiencing love that you have to give out of your overflow and not out of your life bank. Okay, makes sense. Bell has rung, you guys, so that's the final call for tonight. That's what I have for you. I'm not really feeling guided to go into much of anything beyond what I've gone through, because I feel like it was such a mixed bag. And really, as far as the tarot, even, it's like all signs. It would connect to all signs. But yeah, have patience, you guys. Don't sweat the small stuff. You got this. But, the choice is yours. Just say choose wisely, please, You are blessed, haha. Much love and light, babe. Thank you, Fiona, for your help tonight as well. Okay, let me see here. All right. So you guys, if there's no need for a free tarot message for you tonight, that's cool. It's not a requirement that you ask, but I'm just going to ask that if you would be kind enough to, if you haven't yet already done so, please hit the like on the video, share the video, tell a friend about the channel. Love and light, Spoonie. Okay, you want to ask a question? Come on then. Come on. Come on, baby. And you guys check out the description box. There's things that your girl tends to share. And maybe, perhaps, you might care about. Just saying, if you have yet to do so, okay? But thanks for hanging out with your girl. And I do very much look forward to the next time. You guys, if you are in the area of Kingston, Pennsylvania, 697 West Market Street, please and thank you. Check out the official grand opening event happening at the store. Yeah, seems like it's going to be pretty eventful, no pun intended, but just saying I'm excited, and I'll be sharing more about that. So please keep an eye and an ear out for more info, more intel. All right, let's see here. Clue to abundance. Okay. Did you look up the spiritual meaning of a bunny, perhaps? That's what I would have done, Spoony, too, but I'm going to check. I would have, sometimes whenever it's an animal of specificity, I check, I cross-reference the rest of the situation or the rest of the dream. Oh, that's a yes. Very, very successful, happy. See? All right. So you guys, when you get things moving in your body and in your environment, okay, in a healthful and towards a more balanced situation, your spiritual giftings come online all the more clearer, right? And you're able to manifest with a lot more ease. You know, like it's so funny because like health is wealth, but like health is connected to spiritual wealth as well too, just the same. And man, spiritual wealth can trump any physical health any day, if I do say so myself. Just saying, you guys. So really important to take note, take it serious, okay? Take yourself serious enough to check into, you know, your body, and just like we talk about anything else, the chakras, all of that. Do the work. It's a daily maintenance, but it's part of life. It's how you know you're alive. And when you really start walking that walk and learning what I'm talking about right now, not that I'm saying I know everything, I'm just saying I know enough to know the difference. And I'm excited to continue to FAFO. Let me stop. Well, yeah, no, I know what Furbies look like too, but yeah, it's literally wish fulfillment. Look, this is even the deck we were using for the other message. I don't know, I just started shuffling it. So take heed, okay? I don't know why I'm shuffling. Let me see. Wait, hold on. There seems like another message wanting to come out, you guys, for those that like are wondering. I don't know who it's for, I don't know what it is. But here we go. Let me just... I think I'm supposed to get all the cards. Hold on, you guys. I don't know what we're talking about, what we're doing. But I am being pulled. 1 second, you guys. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna sneeze again. My goodness. Alright, let me see here. There's something coming in. Let me get this. Oh, somebody's coming back for somebody. All right, so basically, long story short, oh, there could be some significance to Maleficent or Angelina Jolie, or somebody's name could be Jolie or Angelina, right? Doesn't have to be the case. Somebody is intending to come back for somebody here. And I will take a look at the chart placements. Whoever I'm speaking to, though, you've been manifesting this. It's almost like, I guess you were hoping we'd get into that. I'm not sure why the energy is so strong, but I'll oblige since I was already on here. Okay, well, it's definitely connecting to Taurus and or Scorpio energy, whether this is you or your person. All right, and then I'm going to get a message from this person as soon as I get a chance. Double energy of Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces, Leo at the bottom. All right, let's get a message. One moment. Let's see here. Let's get some names first. We could do that. We could do that. Oh, okay. So that too. Okay. Oh, there could be some significance to red roses. Roses. Somebody could be named Rose. Or somebody's manifesting roses. Somebody could get a call. Somebody's name could be David. I'm hearing Daniel as well. I'm hearing Mike as well. All right, let's see what the names are that come from this, since I'm guided to it. Could be some significance to the name Liam, Ben, Genesis, Tessa. I'm also hearing Hennessy. Like the name, like the girl's name, Hennessy. That makes sense. Oh, okay, hold on. We've got Jeremy, Serena, Olivia, Caleb, Ben again. Didn't we already say Ben? Or two Bens? Ben on, huh? No, let me stop. But let's take a look at the message and get you out of here, whoever this is. I didn't expect to do this, you guys. I don't know how I feel anymore. That can't be their energy. So it's collective. You might feel so strongly about that shit too, because that's the first card out. Like, damn. Like, they didn't even get a word out edgewise. Say, oh, hold on. But you've been manifesting this. So how are you going to not know? Unless this is a mutual energy, y'all being wishy-washy. I want to be authentic. I am no longer afraid. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. And for some of y'all, they want you to know the grass was not greener on the other side. No pun intended. I know we're talking about roses. So long story short, this person seems like they are still struggling at the idea of being held accountable. And maybe this is because they feel strongly within themselves about it, and at the same time, no, simultaneously, somehow. Maybe this person is very stoic, right? That they can't really outwardly express that to the point where it might be satisfying to you. Does that make sense? I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions, and the grass wasn't greener. They want you to know that they're sorry that they didn't do right by you. What I want to know is, what are they talking about exactly? What? Maybe somebody's name is Willis, because I want to go, what you talking about, Willis? Although that's a really old reference. Different strokes. Different strokes and not so greener grass. What you talking about? So somebody could be in the public eye, or this person was like conceited. It's like, okay, so if I do this with collective members, it's gonna look like this, and then I'm gonna have to say these things, and then I'm gonna have to go here. I'm gonna have to. Who are we paying? I was about to say we're gonna have to go here and pay so and so. Who would we be? Who would we be paying, sir? Like what? Hold on. That's crazy. Ooh, secret past. Skeletons in the closet. Okay, so somebody here. Ooh. Might have been being blackmailed. Somebody here, you know, they maybe don't say it that way. They might say alimony. No, let me stop. But this could be a situation where somebody had a love child that they did not want known, whether to you, collective member, or at all ever. And there, you know, you want to talk about imbalance. This got out of imbalance so damn fast because whoever this third party energy, we'll call it. I don't know if this is, I want to say third party, right? As far as the energy, because it literally is. But I need you to know, I'm picking up a situation where it is not like, hey, so and so, like it's like Eric and Jalissa were dating, and then all of a sudden Felix was born, and now Eric and Jalissa are no longer dating. Like, no, this is like, I was at the airport, we fucked, right? Like, this is something tawdry, like, well, you know, it happened, right? And it's like, I hate to be like that because there's a child, right? But I'm trying to describe the situation so that perhaps somebody sitting here going, oh my gosh, this is about Jalissa and Eric, can go, no, it's not, right? Like, if that makes sense. But this third party, okay, it's giving female, but take it how it resonates, really started getting demanding about certain aspects of the agreement, or because the agreement was informal, got away with that. Okay. Somebody could be a police officer or work in law enforcement. This could have led to this person being emotionally like closed off with you as well. And it's interesting because now my mind goes back to, I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. And look, it says I'm in a much better headspace now. Our connection still affects me. For some of you, this person could have seen you recently, but this could be online. Seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not easy to deal with. So this could be something that you just literally, chills on that, do not know until like now for many of you, right? Or this is something that perhaps you suspected and now are getting clarity. All right, I don't know that you would know because this person is in the public eye with a fucking tawdry past, right? And not to make it sound like it's about the child, it's about the events that led up to the child, if that makes sense. Okay. And for whatever reason, you know, this person was like, okay, I'm going to choose closed off instead of letting you in, because also, would you want to gallop in there and be all happy about it? It's kind of weird, right? You know, this person didn't want to see your face as you had to process through, like, ow, 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 you know. And this person, you know, maybe is angry about the situation and doesn't even necessarily engage with the situation beyond financially or circumstantially, you know, take out resonates there. So I get that this person, you know, maybe they got taken advantage of, you know. It sounds all well like, oh, well, this person's in the public eye, you know, they should know better, and they're the star, oh, they're the celebrity, like, oh, they're You know, this is kind of like how you should never assume that, like, just because a man is a man, that that equates to them never ever being able to be a victim of something like domestic abuse. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, they very much, yes, they anybody, you know, in the right circumstances, in the right mindset, and consenting, and, you know, et cetera, could easily be victimized, right? You don't get to, it's very unfair to assume that because somebody is any one, you know, race, creed, sexual orientation, etc., that you just get to just openly assume that much of anything, fill in the blank there, right? And inclusive of that. So, um, this could be a situation where, because this person, you know, it feels like this is a male energy, you know, whether a male police officer or a male, you know, some sort of, irregardless of authority, public figure, right? It's almost like they could have, for somebody here, got taken advantage of. This is given like ball player energy, right? Where it's like, well, just make a baby, just fucking make a baby, and get that bag, right? And this person with this late bloomer energy, you know, maybe they didn't get play like that, you know what I'm saying? But maybe there was some sort of, you know, skill or access about them, you know, or their image, you know. And long story short, you know, or how somebody would say, I was young, I didn't know better now, right? But you know what this is also giving? Let's just dumb it down. Let's just talk about it. It's giving ego. Because ain't no way that they weren't in that time frame acting out of some form of egoic energy imbalance. And what I mean by that is, so you thought you were gonna what, like, have somebody in your energy, and you were gonna exchange energy with them, whatever and whatever that means, and you were going to break bread with them, and you were gonna spend holidays with them, but you were never gonna let them know that. You were never gonna own up to that. See, there's, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. Feels like that's a little toxic. Okay. But again, this is past energy. They're saying, I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. All right. They weren't doing right by themselves. How are they going to do right by you? Oh, you want them to do right by you, but not themselves? They have to learn to do right by themselves so they can do right by you. Well, that's the way it works. You can't backwards and inside out it. All right. This person saw you recently. Whoever this is. And, oh, I learned a new term recently from another tarot reader. Thank you, Ryan. And apparently there is such a thing as a spank bank, and you damn sure are part and parcel of that. So if you felt that, you know, confirmation, and I'm really talking to somebody who is spiritually tapped in to the degree that they could feel that, perhaps, especially if this is your twin flame, doesn't have to be the case. But what I personally don't like is, you know, there is some significance to this younger energy coming out. They're coming out pages, 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 Pages. Those letters could be of some initial type of significance, right? Um, for somebody's name or names, doesn't have to be the case. It's interesting. I can't show the action, but it's interesting. The deck that oh, did I show that? Oh my gosh, my bad. Okay, but roses is what I was trying to talk about. What is this, spicy tarot? My goodness, I gotta go. Like, this is not. All right, so that's what I got on that note. Let me just. All right, go and get flagged. But yeah, Spank Bank, that's interesting. Love and Light Bruno. I'm like, oh my god, the way I had to like stop and process that. I think I cackled. Love my Stacy. All right, so you know what? Let's do a final. Um, If you've come on and you've subscribed, if you've come on, subscribed, and hit the like, and you've come on, subscribed, hit the like, and you would like a free question answered tonight, you gotta ask in yes no format and give me in all caps, please and thank you. Because if not, we're hopping off and we're going to continue to live our best lives. How's that sound? You guys. I love you though so much. Thanks for hopping on, and hopefully you got something out of the session. Gosh, it was a doozy. We gotta do spicy tarot though. Like I can feel it. I can feel it. It's coming. No pun intended. No pun intended. That was so funny. That guy said spank bank. I was like, oh my god, I never in my life heard that. That's so funny. Of all things, I've heard of pocket pool, pocket rocket. I've never heard of spank bank. That was so funny. Okay, let me see here. All right, so all right, you guys, I don't see any takers. No worries. If for whatever reason there's some sort of glitch and or lag, please don't take it personally. All right, and I got you on the next time. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you for being here, and thank you for not giving up. Love and light.